If I knew what I'm about to tell you, I would not have started this project. Warning, the following contains actions performed by idiots. What you're about to view should not be taken as factual or educational. For further questions, please refer to your Google. Okay guys, I kind of forgot to film a lot, and there were some parts I didn't want to show you because more people than I expected were giving me a hard time about the structure of this. So yeah, basically to fit the bug onto this chassis, we had to cut basically, I mean, just a stupid amount of its structure, which we're going to rebuild, but we have to cut. I mean, wait till you guys see this. You're going to lose your mind. I mean, literally, we have ruined its structure. A lot of you guys, too, were worried about bracing. We have jack stands on the front cross member and the rear. This is all still pretty thick. That's holding it that way. Strut tire bar, X strut tire bar. So I think we're good. There's no weight on it. I mean, everything's distributed properly. It may have moved a little bit, but I don't know. I'm really not worried about that. Worst case scenario, this was a $200 shell. Who cares? But I think it's fine. So the plan is, okay, so I had to cut into there that far. I still don't think that's going to be enough, so we might have to cut into the bottom of the bug to make that fit. So the plan is, tomorrow, to make it easier, we're going to take the hood off and take the doors off, and then we're going to try and test fit that onto here. Once we get everything, and I got to trim some more of this off. Once everything is cut down enough to where it's unbelievable what we've done. It's like we've ruined some cars. Like I ruined this Corvette thing, but like we ruined this car. So anyways, once we get the bug body to fit on here nicely and we know we don't have to trim anymore, then before we do anything with the body, I'm going to start reinforcing it, start taking measurements, and kind of figure out the cage. So, just to give you kind of an idea, I'm thinking, put a plate here, run this down, put a hole through here, run that bar down to here. The main hoop, I think, is going to start here. So we'll have that come up. That bar will come down, meet this hoop. That'll structure this and that, and then probably do another one from here. I don't know, but we're gonna do that, and then back here I'm gonna run that bar. I really haven't. It's been a long day. You'd be just amazed at how tiring cutting is. But basically, we're gonna do that. Test fit the body, and then if it fits, we're gonna start reinforcing it because it's. I mean, literally, and I know this, guys, but we have literally ruined any structural integrity that this had. We're going to build it all back, but we had to do this to get that to go on. No one's done this, so there's no how-to guide. We're just giving it a shot, and we're under a time crunch, so there's a lot of little steps like bracing it that we didn't take, and in all honesty, by the time you guys suggested it, it was a little late. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm going home for the night. And then tomorrow afternoon, hopefully once Mina's done, we'll see what's left. I got this trimmed down pretty dang close. I think we only have to take like another 1/2 inch out on each side. Down here is going to be the problem. So I kept as much of like the main structure. So we took this out, but this was almost just like aesthetics. I mean, it's pretty, this piece right here, I think is like the main structure of this side. So the problem is I didn't want to really touch this corner, and that's going to make it a huge issue to fit the bug body over it. So we're just going to kind of play that by ear. I've said this before, and it's how the Jeep was, how the Miata was, it's how that chassis of the Bug was. If I think of an idea like this or any of the three I just mentioned, and I actually think about it enough to go through every single step, there's a huge chance I'm going to talk myself out of it. And I've noticed that in the past. So with projects that are this cheap and basically only my time, I try not to overthink it to the point where I'm going to talk myself out of it. Obviously planning and stuff needs to be involved in this, but just if I go into it too much, I mean, this is so stupid. Do you see what's left of this car? I mean, nobody would do this. It's a stupid idea. But if it works, it's gonna be sweet. But I just, if I sit here and think to myself too much, I will talk myself out of ideas like this. So basically what I do is I just commit and I do one step at a time, and then that forces me to make it work or work around things that otherwise would have just been skipped because we didn't want to do it because we thought about it enough. So, and again, worst case scenario, I mean, this was going to the scrapyard. So worst case scenario, I wasted $200 and a bunch of cutoff wheels, and we learned that the MR2 is a very well built car. I don't know, I'm tired. So this is day 3. We're gonna keep going tomorrow. There wasn't obviously much to show you, so we'll keep filming tomorrow and see. Hopefully tomorrow we have the bug body on. That's kind of the goal in my head. I have a good amount of work to do, but I've been trying to bounce back and forth. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
For the past 6 months of work that we've done on the Bug is off the Bug. Seats are out, doors off, wings off, intercoolers off, piping's off.
Still have a door.
Yeah, a door. I didn't have enough room
Fair enough.
to get the other side, but just gotta cut this plate, top and bottom, same on the other side, and then
those, if it's a
body.
pain to cut that lower plate, we can just cut the pipe.
Oh,
Then, those were just bolted?
yeah, those were bolted.
Oh, the big plate was welded. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I guess we can just cut. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if I'll be able to get.
Yeah, we'll just cut that pipe off.
Just cut that pipe off. Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, it's. Take the body off and see what we. I couldn't find the cutoff wheels, so. That's
Oh, I forgot I hid them.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I don't really know how to tell you guys this. Some of you guys are gonna be like, yeah! And then the Volkswagen purists are probably already mad at me, but they're not gonna like this at all. So, let me walk you through something real quick. So, most of this I already showed you. We've cut all kinds of everything out of this, right? Okay. As you'll notice, there is not much left of this either. I mean, everything, we welded this on just to keep that from being all flimsy, but I mean, everything is cut out of this, okay? So we did all that cutting, all this cutting. And this, right, so the base of the bug body sits about here. not here, here, which is ridiculous. So the first thought was, okay, well, let's just cut the rest of the structure out. We'd have to cut from about here, all of that. And then this would be in so far that the steering wheel would basically be touching the door. So it was going to be not what I wanted. And like I said before, this is why I don't think projects through. Because if I knew what I'm about to tell you, I would not have started this project. Do you guys remember, I don't know if it was in this video or the last video, when I said I would never cut the bug body? I am 1000% not cutting this bug.
1000% not cutting this bug.
We have to cut the bug body. If we cut out as much as we need to on this, we might as well just throw this chassis away. It's already like on the brink of being like too far gone, but we can still, I'm fully confident we can rebuild what we cut off and structure it and kind of tube it, and it'll be great. But if we cut off what we need to fit that, it would be even more dangerous than what we have going there. So I feel like I got punched in the nuts when we first kind of realized like this is what we have to do. We're going to cut the bug straight down the center, like straight down the center. And then according to my rough measurements, we're going to have to widen it about 5 inches. I don't even know how to react to this. I've been sitting, me and Mina were sitting here staring at it for almost 3 hours, just looking for another possible way. But to keep whatever rigidity the MR2 has, we cannot cut anymore, and we need to cut the bug body. It's gonna look, it's gonna look cool. It's gonna be a giant pain in the butt. We have not done that before. In that last video, I was talking about how the Jeep was easy-ish because it's all square. That is not. I don't even know. I don't even, like, my head is all over the place with this. This is such a weird idea. So, kind of what we're thinking. Okay, so cut it down the middle, and then we're gonna do supports, like this one here, all the way along it. So we're gonna weld those in. We'll space it out like 5 inches, like what we think it is. Weld those in, pick it up, put it on the car, see if that's what we like. If it's not, we're gonna take it back off, cut the supports, add or subtract whatever we need, put it back on the car, see if it fits. Cool. Then on the MR2 body, I'm gonna finish cutting all of this, like all the rough stuff, and then we're just gonna put a giant plate, just a nice flat, clean plate along all this, re-weld all the, all that crap that I shouldn't have cut, re-weld all that, same with up here, and then just plate that and make this strong again. Then the plan is on the bottom, the base of the bug, so that piece right there, we're gonna cut that just a little bit off and cut that flat, and then mount that straight to that flat stock on the side of the MR2. Like I said, we've thought about this a lot, and this is the best way to do what we want to do. There are multiple other chassis that we could put the bug body on. S10s have a very similar wheelbase, and from there we have a truck frame, so we can just build our floor, and then we'd have a V8 or whatever up front. Miatas seem to work pretty well, but people have done that before. According to Google, there's one person, at least that's posted pictures. No, there's two. Neither of them were complete, but there are only 2 people on all of the internet that have cut a bug down the center and widen it. So we will be one of few to do that. No one has done this on the MR2, as I now see, for a very good reason. Like, it'd be easier to make a tube chassis. We don't know how to do any of that. So the way I look at this is, it's like tracing a picture. It's easier to trace a picture than it is to just draw the Mona Lisa from scratch. So it's easier for us to rebuild the metal that we've cut off and restructure with what is left than to just start from ground zero and do all the crazy angle measuring and all the suspension geometry and just this is all still intact. We just have to reinforce it and make it stronger like it was. So that's why we're doing it this way, because we don't have the knowledge or the money to pay someone to do a tube chassis. I don't even know what to think. I'm gonna sleep on this, but we're cutting it in half. So with that being said, make sure you follow this build in these videos, because we're getting into territory that we should not be, plain and simple. This is gonna maybe kill the timeline. I do have a plan that I'll go over in the next video of how to widen the body. Like obviously we want to do this like correctly, you know, and nicely. That's a pretty big thing to do, step. I have an idea of how to do it quickly where it's done, but it doesn't look good, but it's gonna be good enough to where we can easily go back to finish it. It's gonna be like, almost like, for some reason I'm using a lot of drawing references, but it's almost like if you sketch a picture in pencil and you didn't color it yet. Like the picture's there and it's good, but it's not like perfect. It's not the finished product. So I'll go over that in the next video. The next step is to cut the bug in half. So that will be the next video. So let me know what you guys think. There's a lot going on right now, so tell me what you think. I'm pretty hard-headed. There's not a whole lot. Like, we've been through literally everything we can think of with the MR2 chassis, and I've had people next door come over and just throw out stupid ideas and good ideas. None of it is going to work anymore, and cutting the bug in half seems like the only route. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys aren't. I appreciate all your comments and all your guys' support. This is gonna get really weird. I knew this was gonna be weird, but like this is beyond, like, I'm very confident cutting up the MR2. I'm terrified to do what we're about to do on that. So we'll see you next time that's gonna happen. Tomorrow, we're probably gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna cry. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a few days.